In today's video, we're going to continue with chapter 11 and talking about area. This video specifically is going to talk about area of trapezoids, rhombi, which is the plural for rhombus, and kites. Make sure you pause if you need to write something down before you listen to me explain it. So the trapezoid formula is going to be base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So in a trapezoid, if you recall, a trapezoid has one set of parallel sides. Those two sides are the bases. Okay, it doesn't matter what order you plug them in. Addition is commutative, so you're not going to screw it up. You can put them either way. So you've got base 1 and base 2. You'll add those together. Then you're going to multiply by the height. Now the height is going to connect the two bases, okay, and it's going to have a 90-degree angle just like you're used to, okay? So base and height should always be perpendicular to one another. Then for the rhombus and the kite, they have the same area formula as one another, and that formula uses the diagonals. So the diagonals of a rhombus and a kite, they're going to go through the shape, and they're going to connect opposite vertices. Okay, so you've got diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Again, doesn't matter which order you put these in. Either one can be diagonal 1 and the other diagonal 2. Multiply those together, divide by 2, and you have the area. Same with a kite. So a kite, remember, you'll know it's a kite by the two sides next to each other that are congruent, but the ones across from each other aren't. So again, diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. All right, let's take a look at a couple examples here. So this first one is a trapezoid. We can tell because it's got the one set of parallel sides. I'm going to write down this formula with some blanks here so we can fill it in. So we've got area equals, and then we're going to do base 1 plus base 2 times the height, times the height. I'm going to leave that blank. And then divided by 2. And we're going to fill that in. So remember, the bases are the parallel sides. Okay, so we've got this base and this base. It does not matter what order you write them in. Okay, so 5 plus 6 or 6 plus 5, doesn't matter. And then you need to figure out the height. Remember, the height is going to connect those two bases and have a 90-degree angle. So the 3, in this case, is our height. Okay, so we'll put the 3 in. Then you just got to simplify. So do your addition first, since it's in parentheses. So we've got 11 times 3 on top, and then divided by 2. So 33 divided by 2, and you get an area of 16.5. Make sure that you include the units. So we've got centimeters squared for this one. Second example here has all the sides congruent. So this one is a rhombus. So we will use the rhombus formula of diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Okay, one thing to remember in a rhombus, okay, is that it's also a parallelogram. So these diagonals are bisecting one another. So these little pieces are congruent on either side. Okay, so like this piece is congruent to this one, and this diagonal piece is congruent to this diagonal piece. So it's going to help you. So we need diagonal 1, okay, which is this whole length. Okay, so this piece was 8. So that whole length there is going to be 16. Okay, then we need to do the other diagonal. Okay, and again, this little piece here was 7. Okay, so is this one, for the whole diagonal being 14. Okay, so go ahead and then simplify that. So you're going to do 14 times 16 and get 224. And then divide it by 2, and you will get 112. And then this one doesn't have the units up here, so put a u squared. All right, then the next one is a kite. Okay, it's not super well labeled. Let me put some markings on here. Okay, they should have had that. But you've got the kite here, and we're going to use that same formula. Okay, so let me just get it written down. Diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Okay, now this one has all the pieces labeled. Remember, in a kite, only one diagonal is split in half. Okay, so the one that can be folded over. So let's use this as diagonal 1. So we would just do 3 plus 3 for that one to get 6 for that first diagonal. Okay, and then diagonal 2 is going to be this one. Again, you can switch the order if you want to, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if this one's diagonal 2, add those together. 4 plus 9 is 13. Use that in your formula. Okay, then just simplify and solve. Okay, so we've got area equals 6 times 3 is 78, and then divided by 2. So you get the area equals 39. This one does have units in the diagram, so we're going to use meters squared for that one. All right, that's it. So you can go ahead and check out what the homework assignment is for Chapter 11 Assignment 2 on Schoology.